Hey there, this is Lori with JFrog, and we are at DevNexus at the DevOps Speakeasy, and I am here with Eli and Sergei from AtomicJar.
Thank you for having us here.
Hey Laurie, thanks for having us.
So happy to see you guys in person. So now tell us a little bit about AtomicJar and why you're here at DevNexus.
So first of all, AtomicJar started from Testcontainers, it was first containers, then AtomicJar. Testcontainers started in Java, and Java community our biggest one. So where Java is, AtomicJar is. So for us, it's such a no-brainer to be sponsoring DevNexus, but also be with where our users are. So here we are.
This is probably one of the best conferences for us. Talking to our users, talking to our customers, getting to meet lots of the community. This is a great place for us to be.
So we've had a lot of talks about shifting left and security, and developers don't like security, but I mean that is what you do, right? Testing. Tell us a little bit about how testing early helps you later on.
So the thing with testing is that there are two castes. One loves testing because it helps them develop better software. Others haven't seen what testing can be, so they don't like it. They think that testing means QA teams. They think that testing means something very boring, very long running, few hours to run the tests, acceptance tests, end-to-end tests, and all that. And we are trying to move as many people from the second category to the first category, to the category of those who love testing. And it's not the shift left movement, but here we are. But in reality, we believe that testing can be fun. And we believe that if you give developers the tools they need, the tools they want versus the tools they're forced to use, then they will actually enjoy it because it can be fast, it can be fun, and it can help them in their development process.
I actually believe that testing is a key part in developer productivity. Helping developers do better testing, find bugs earlier in the development cycle, in our mind can create 10x developers. If you think about when you think about developer productivity and writing better software, finding bugs earlier, being able to fix them faster, going through the inner loop of development faster is key to that. And having the right tools and having the right technologies as part of that is very, very important. That's why Sergei and I are so passionate about the subject. This is why we're so excited about Testcontainers. This is why we're so excited about building AtomicJar, the company.
So what are some of the features that make AtomicJar stand out?
So we talk about Testcontainers, obviously, because our company, hey, we're just here to make the Testcontainers better. But what makes Testcontainers stand out is that it's not a framework, it's not a product, it's not something big that you as a company need to migrate to. It's just a library. You add it as any other library, and you're good to go. One line of code, and you have Kafka running. One other line of code, and you have Postgres running, or Oracle, or DB2, or anything else you can run in a Docker container. And my personal take on why Testcontainers I think is important for our industry is because it makes testing accessible even to entry-level developers. And 10 years ago, before Testcontainers, before Docker, such level of testing was only available to kind of elite teams. Teams at Google, at Netflix, at other elite companies where they really knew what they're doing because they were so invested into making it happen. And as a developers, they were missing out. Nowadays, anyone can do such type of testing, and I think this is exciting. I think we as industry need to make sure that modern practices are welcoming new developers because there are so many of them and it's still growing.
The other thing just to note is that lots of technologies out there require you to have someone big inside the organization to come in and say, thou shalt all adopt this technology to realize the value. This Testcontainers and Testcontainers Cloud, you can adopt the technology at an individual team level. You can start writing tests and you can start getting value out of this approach on an individual level. You don't have a big mandate. You don't have to get everyone to adopt in order to realize value. You can do it as an individual. And that's super, super exciting.
I just realized I missed an opportunity when I was listing elite teams. How come I didn't mention Eli, who was from AWS, founding engineer at AWS S3, seeing how S3 been tested. Obviously not something that other companies were doing in the past, but also now trying to bring more of this experience to the rest of the world, basically. Yeah.
Speaking of big companies, we have a friend in common, Oleg. We are on VJug together. You snatched him from Graal, from Oracle.
Yep.
So he has a talk today, or what's his talk on?
he is talking right now as we speak, and he's talking about cloud testing with Task Containers and Local Stack. By the way, we do have an announcement related to Local Stack and a few other modules we have that we can follow after this one, but he's currently talking about how it can be very easy to test your applications, even if they are being deployed to clouds with cloud services without even creating cloud accounts. But like being able to test in development while you're writing code and have instant feedback on your code changes without having to deploy anything anywhere.
Wow. That seems like to increase productivity, I would think.
Also that.
Lots of people use a pattern that Oleg is talking about. And in fact, what Sergei just mentioned is what we've announced yesterday. So yesterday we've announced 6 companies that are now stepping up to maintain, certify, and support their Test Containers modules and recommend those modules to their customers. So we have Cockroach Labs and Cockroach DB, Local Stack, Neo4j, Stream Native, which is Apache Pulsar, Red Panda, and Gigabyte, who have all signed up to be our official modules partners, a program that we launched yesterday.
So it started here,
Started here,
and it's just going to
Yep.
keep growing. That's so awesome. And
We
there
already-
are plenty of other sponsors here that should, listen to what just happened, and we'll see what happens in 2024.
We have already, since our announcement yesterday, we had 4 vendors who came up to us and said that they wanted to participate.
That's
Yes.
awesome.
Thank you to our vendors, because one thing is us working on Test Containers as either individuals doing it in our spare time before AtomicJar or as a company once we start AtomicJar. But the other thing is seeing other vendors promoting Test Containers as a preferred way of doing testing and local development with their technologies, because we are here to help developers run anything they need to be productive, and they are here to make brilliant databases that developers would love to use, assuming they can use them to even try them. And this is a bridge this is a gap we are bridging with the launch of this program.
That's awesome. So any last words you want to let everybody at home know?
We'd love more people to try using Test Containers. We'd love more people to start testing and do more testing. We think this is very, very important. We'd love people to give our Test Containers Cloud a spin as well. Testcontainers.cloud, which is the easiest way to get started with Test Containers.
Sergey?
Now be sure, enjoy testing.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much, and congratulations. And I look forward to 2024 and you guys having more and more preferred vendors.
Thank you.
Thank you, Laurie. Thanks for having us.
Thank you.